All right. This story comes from Max. So Max says, when I was a kid, we lived in a trailer home. He said, don't remember much, but here are a couple things that I do remember. I remember coming home and all of the cabinets were opened up.
These are hungry ghosts, dude.
Yeah. But also indecisive because nothing was taken. And my parents just being really confused. And I being confused because we're the only ones that live there. I also remember waking up to my parents arguing, like in the laundry room. And my dad saying, like, why are you doing laundry like so late at night? I guess because they lived in the trailer, it was really loud. And mom was defending her case saying, I didn't start this. And the laundry was going. Like we could all hear it because we were in the trailer. And they were just puzzled as to like who started the washer and dryer. He said, those are two things that I remember distinctly. Everything else is really cloudy. I can't really remember much. But I do have a story that's been told to me by my parents, my grandparents, and a family friend. I've heard it from each of them multiple times with little variation. He said one day, mom and dad were outside. They had just got home from work and they're having a couple drinks. And while they're chilling, just kind of unwinding, they hear screaming coming from inside the trailer. Mom puts her drink down, runs inside, and there I am. As a child, I was hurtled over on all fours on the floor of the living room, and I was screaming and crying. And mom, obviously concerned, runs up to me. And before she can ask if everything's all right or what's wrong, she notices something under my shirt, on my back. So she lifts the shirt, and what she sees panics her like nothing else has before. And something is pinching my skin and pulling it on my back. But there's nothing there pinching it. It's just she can see his skin pulling away, being pinched. And I, Max, am just hiding from this, screaming, crying. It hurts. Make it stop. So while this is happening, dad is following closely behind mom. This is all happening within 10 seconds, you know?
Yep.
They don't know what to do besides call for help. So dad runs over to the phone. As he's about to pick it up, they hear what they saw was the tail end of something running through them in the same room. And they catch a glimpse of something leaving the trailer and slamming the door shut. And they're frozen. There's something in here with us? I mean, they saw the pinching and the pulling on Max's back, but they didn't see anything else in the room. He's about to grab the phone, and it manifests itself more physically than before. At that moment, dad decides to grab his gun. Justified. Grabs his gun, walks up to the door, takes a deep breath, opens it, and what he saw was now across the parking lot, and he saw the end of it as it was crawling underneath another trailer. So dad goes up to it. He's walking slowly, kind of peers underneath, and it's, dusk? Because they had gotten home from work, so 5, 6, 7 o'clock? Starting to get dark. There's still light in the sky, but because it's underneath the trailer, it's almost completely invisible, except for these glowing red eyes staring back as Max's dad is peering underneath. Max's dad freaks out, grabs his gun, and fires off a couple rounds.
Oh, damn!
I mean, that might sound surprising, but they are in a trailer park.
Oh, my gosh.
Fires off a couple rounds. Sorry, okay. Fires off a couple rounds. As he fires off a couple rounds, a cop drives by. As one does at a trailer park. Okay, sorry. A cop drives by.
I'm keeping that in, dog.
Yeah. And, what in tarnation?
Excuse me, sir. Explain yourself.
Hops out of the car, and as the cop is reaching to grab his gun,
Oh, damn.
Because he has no idea what's going on. I guess in his mind, he's like, I need to somehow neutralize the situation or calm everyone down by, I guess, grabbing my gun too. I don't know. But he's reaching for his gun, and Max's dad puts his gun on the ground, puts his hands up, and says, there's something under that trailer, and it was in our home, attacked us, and he's just trying to explain
Don't
himself.
shoot.
Yeah, don't shoot, And cop, he's thrown into this mess of the situation. As he's trying to make sense of it, this thing comes crawling out of the underneath of the trailer. And they said this thing had a form, but it was like a shadow. It wasn't a human form. It was like a creature, like nothing that they've seen before. And it had the red eyes. The thing runs away out of their sight. The cop, I guess, thinks it's a good idea to start chasing it. So he gets in his car, drives off. While this thing is distracted with the cop chasing it, Dad thinks, we need to get to Grandma and Grandpa's house. They're the closest people that we can trust and at least maybe stay the night,
I was going to say, it's kind of lucky for them because it would be like super easy to move their entire house.
What if it's a house that's haunted, bro?
That'd be a really scary Halloween attraction. A haunted trailer, dude. Anyway.
Just take them to a trailer park.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I've lived in trailer parks before.
Okay, then you can make fun of
Yeah,
them.
Okay.
dude.
Yeah.
See?
You
hear
got
that?
You got the trailer park pass. Okay. They real quickly go in, pack a bag while they're doing, Mom and Max are doing that. Dad's on the phone. Grandparents aren't answering. So he calls his friend. He says, hey, we need a ride. They don't have a car, by the way. So that's why they're calling, asking for a ride. Their friend shows up in like 10 minutes. And as they're getting into his car, the cop comes back into their parking lot. And cop gets out of the car and he tells them, I followed that thing for about a half a mile, turned a corner, and it vanished. The cop also said that, and apparently he wrote this down in the police report. Cop said that he got a better look at the creature and it looked like a humanoid form of like an anteater. Oh, weird. Never heard anything like that before.
An anteater, if you don't know, first of all, Google it.
Just watch Arthur.
Watch Zaboomafoo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, or Arthur.
That's a lemur.
No, I know, but they teach you about animals.
Okay. Just making sure you have your
Hold
your
on there,
PBS
buddy.
cartoons
Yeah.
correct, all right?
That's a damn lemur. You take that back. Damn, DJ. That was the most heated I've ever seen you. Damn it. Take your lemur's Sirs. I might need a minute. But like an anteater, its face is super long. Weird, creepy, perverted tongue out the front.
I hope all of you out there know what an anteater is.
Yeah.
If you play Pokemon, it's drowsy.
Dude, what does that say about me and what I think about our listeners? It's like, if you
If
don't know
you've
what
never
a cat
seen a
looks like-
dog,
yeah. Which I would understand listening to this.
I think better of them, okay? Okay, so police gives them that information. I don't know why. Like, what am I supposed to do with this
Y'all had an anteater in your house.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
They get in the car. They leave. They obviously panicked. They're just thinking, we need to get out of here. As they're driving, this is what their friend says. They see him. He's looking in his rearview mirror. His eyes widen.
Oh, shit.
He says, do you see that thing running after us? He says, what the hell is that? And as they're about to turn around and look, there's a huge slam. And the truck bounces as if something large and heavy jumped into the back of the bed. At that moment, Mom's arm kind of starts flailing in the truck.
Oh, no.
And they see that the back of her hand's getting pinched and pulled. So they're speeding down this highway with an anteater in the bed of their truck and Mom getting dragged by some invisible force at the same time. Luckily, when this happens, they're pretty close to the grandparents' house. they arrive. This thing is still like physically like harassing them by like pulling and pinching on them, which is so weird to me. It's like it sounds like from Max's explanation, story sounds like it's not physically doing it to them, but it's just in their vicinity and it's happening. I don't know.
I'd rather be punched than pinched, by the way. I hate pinches, dude.
Their grandparents, super religious, and they held all their like meetings or mass or whatever in their home until they could save up enough money to buy a proper official like meeting house. So that's just a small side detail that they give. It comes more into play in a little bit. But as soon as they walk into the gates of the home, the chaos stops. The pinching, the pulling, and they run into the house. Grandparents at first chalk it up to the parents just being drunk. But they have the testimony of their friend as well.
You sinners.
Yeah.
You're doing alcohol.
You're living in the trailer park. And they can see just everybody's so panicked, including Max. So they give it some weight and they say, well, just to be safe, let's call our friend who's the priest or the pastor or whatever. And within the hour, he shows up. He walks into the grandparents' house. And before they greet each other, say hello, say anything, his first words are, I don't know what's going on. I don't want to panic you more, but I feel like something extremely hostile is right outside of this home. So they pray. While they're praying, Mom opens her eyes. And
I'm telling.
Mom looks up at the window by the door. Could see this thing peering inside the window, like watching them pray. She closes her eyes real quick, you know. They finish their prayer. Things start to kind of calm down. They're just trying to get their bearings. They go to bed. Apparently in the middle of the night, Mom awakes to 3 knocks. And she looks outside, and the same thing is outside the window. And it's pacing back and forth, like looking, staring into their window as if it can't get into the house. I'm not sure if she was able to fall asleep, but she makes it through the night. The whole family makes it through the night. After that night, things calmed down. We never saw that thing ever again. We went back to the trailer. We lived there for a couple more months, and we ended up getting a house and moving. But I think my grandparents were... there's a small detail that's not super important. There's like a graveyard from across the trailer park. I think that his grandparents were buried there. So every once in a while they go back and visit. But every time they go drive on that road and go to that graveyard, even though he doesn't remember that story, he's just living off of what his parents told him and grandparents told him before they died, and their family friend, which they've kept in contact with. He just gets this weird feeling when he's there. He said there was one time where we went to go visit their grave. Or no, we weren't visiting their grave. We were just driving somewhere and we had to go through that area. Like this small pack of dogs came running we were the only car on the road. It looked like from across the graveyard, they were watching us drive. They all started running at our car. They came right up to the road where our car was and stopped. And just all of them had like laser vision on our car driving past. He said that was like the weirdest thing that I experienced on
Natural
that road.
or not, that's terrifying.
Yeah. But they never encountered the anteater shadow. So
Thank goodness for that anteater exorcist.
but that's the story of Max and the trailer park.
Ugh.
The trailer park anteater. What a title. That sounds like the next like Sharknado.
Blumhouse.
You know? Yeah. Velocipaster.
Ooh, that's true.
Croctopus type movie. You know?
Trailer park anteater.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's me.
I hate, for some reason, I am so affected by looking in the rearview mirror and witnessing anything.
Dude,
That's
I say that
my
all the time.
biggest fear
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah. I never, sometimes even in the daytime, I never go in my car without looking in the backseat first.
100%. I loved having a Prius because you would walk up and a feature of the Prius, besides being badass, is when you walked up to it, it sensed your key and all the lights in the car would turn on. So you could like, you know what I'm saying? You could just view.
That's cool.
I know I was always very grateful for that because then I would like, suss it out real quick.
Paranoia friendly vehicle.
Exactly. Not only did it have that feature, it had ample space inside. So a lot of space for killers to be, what I mean? So you had to always check it. That's crazy.
Dude, the craziest thing that ever happened to me when I was living in a trailer park was we found this massive possum in our trash can one time. And I was a little kid, but it had to have been like 6 feet long.
Oh, what? Wait, what?
That's
I was
a snake.
little kid, dude. I remember it being huge.
That's called an anaconda
What's that?
to you trailer folk.
It's true. We were trailer folk
Where did you live in a trailer?
in Battleground, Washington.
Oh, damn, what?
Like it was a battleground.
Oh, no. And then I also lived in a trailer in Murray, Kentucky.
Oh, nice. Which one was nicer?
I remember Murray being nicer because it was like our trailer and then far away from other trailers.
Oh, nice.
So it was like more space in between.
I feel DJ's laughing at you.
No, I'm laughing at you. What kind of a question is that?
I just wanted to know.
Which one's
What's
nicer?
the nicest McDonald's you've been to?
Bro, I
First of all, Australia.
love
They have like
all
business
McDonald's.
lunches.
Okay,
sorry.
actually, yeah. Third world country fast food restaurants are lit.
Yeah.
It's like if you have a college degree, that's where you work. No, it's like not
I
even
know,
a joke.
it's crazy.
They make tons of money there.
It's weird.
I'm stoked for them. I wish it was like that here.
Anyway,
That's me.
awesome, dude. That was fun. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Max.
All right, I'm next.